Hello, baker of the Cookierun card game, greetings to everyone. Over the past month, there have been many exciting developments in the Cookierun TCG. In Korea, Set 7 preview cards have been revealed weekly. In SEA, each region has hosted the S1 final, followed by the Summer Cup, which will be held in June. Thailand has special sleeves, and the biggest prize in the Philippines is a motorcycle. In Taiwan, Set 6 was just released 3 weeks ago, and many bakers are busy searching for the strongest cookie recipe. Meanwhile, in North America and Canada, Cookierun TCG is set to launch in July. However, one piece of news stands out as the most important last month: the localized banned and restricted policies. Now, Korea, Taiwan, and SEA have each announced their own ban lists. Korea is the region with the most restrictions. SEA's ban list does not include Rebel Cookie, Tiger Lily, and Crunchy Chip. Taiwan currently has the fewest restrictions, though new policies may be announced later. These localized policies also mean that the game meta will vary significantly across the 3 regions before the Cookierun World Championship takes place. Therefore, when I introduce any decks in the future, I ask all bakers to remember one thing: these are specific to Taiwan's meta. Okay, let's jump right in. Today, I'm introducing a deck that has been consistently strong in Taiwan from Set 5 to Set 6. Even after the updates, its build has remained almost unchanged. The Longan Dragon Deck. The Longan Dragon deck claimed the championship during Taiwan's S1 final, marking the first time a green deck has ever won the title. Analyzing the deck composition from the event, there were 11 green decks in total, 2 of which were 1/4 green decks, while the other 9 were all Longan Dragon decks. There's no doubt that the Longan Dragon deck is an incredibly strong and stable deck. It has significant card advantage and excellent effect damage, making it a dominant force in the BS5 meta. However, once you learn how to play this deck, you'll quickly discover that it's incredibly boring to use, so boring that it feels like doing homework or being stuck in a boring corporate routine. I once used this deck in the Brave League and undoubtedly won several matches. But when I received the playmat, I was hit with a strong wave of emptiness and self-doubt. I felt sorry for my opponents, fell ill shortly after, and have never used the Longan Dragon deck again since. Therefore, in this video, I'll be introducing this deck that can only be described as cursed. It will give you a sense of omnipotence, yet at the same time leave you feeling empty inside. If you're ready to take on this challenge, just keep watching. This is a copy of BS6 Longan Dragon deck, and you'll notice it includes only 19 cookie cards in total. It also contains 17 trap cards and 14 +1 HP flip cards. If you recall from my beginner's guide video for new bakers, I mentioned that a deck should ideally include at least 22 cookie cards. So, what's going on with this deck? The answer lies in the level 3 Hero Cookie, which has a very powerful skill effect. At the end of your turn, if there are 2 active cards in your support area, you can draw up to 2 cards from your deck. Oh my! This skill is simply disgusting. What this means is that you don't even need to rely on flip cards for drawing. As long as you play a hero cookie early in the game, you will be able to draw cards continuously. 1 hero cookie draws 2 cards, 2 hero cookies draw 4 cards. And even if your hand only have chamomile cookies, it's fine, you'll still be able to draw 1 to 2 cards every turn. You might ask, isn't it risky to play a level 3 cookie so early in a green deck? The answer is no, not at all. Thanks to your 17 trap cards, and some players even include 20, unless the hero cookie is attacked by an effect damage, it's not easy for it to faint. So, if you're up against any slow-paced deck or a dark cacao soul jam deck, boldly play your hero cookie on battle area to start drawing cards is the right choice. In fact, this deck should probably be called the Hero Green deck. However, out of respect for the UR card, we still refer to it as the Longan Dragon deck. Now, let's introduce another key cookie in this deck, Longan Dragon. Longan Dragon also has an end-of-turn effect. When the conditions are met, you can select one of your opponent's cookies and deal 2 points of effect damage. This skill allows you to deal damage to your opponent without attacking. As a result, you can save all your costs and use them on trap cards. With 2 Longan Dragons on the battle area, you can deal 4 points of effect damage at the end of each turn. And since your opponent can't counter this skill, it's truly despairing. The key to linking Hero and Longan lies in the new stage card, Longan Palace. This card optimizes costs usage and replenishes your hand. For example, on turn 4, you can attack with a hero cookie, activate the stage card effect to discard 1 card, and turn a card in your support area as active. Then trigger the hero cookie's skill to draw 2 cards. It's important to note that in the rules of the Cookierun card game, when there are multiple end-of-turn effects, you can decide the order in which to use them. So, if your battle area includes Longan Palace, Hero Cookie, and Longan Dragon, you can choose which effect to activate first. In addition to having an excellent draw engine and powerful effect damage, one of the most terrifying thing in this deck is flip cards. Just when your opponent thinks you has run out of trap cards for defense and breathes a sigh of relief, the game has just begun. Green players typically include 14 to 16 flip cards in their deck, making it easy to flip a +1 HP effect. So, I'd even say it's not an exaggeration for a level 3 cookie to effectively have 8 HP due to these flip cards. Finally, I'd like to share the deployment of the break area for this deck. For beginner players, you can start with a 1+1+3+3 setup to familiarize yourself with the deck. Since this deck has so many ways to draw cards and needs to account for the refresh phase, you'll likely play a maximum of 2 level 1 cookies in a game. Once you're comfortable with the deck and understand your opponent's deck color, you can boldly switch to a 3+1+3+1 setup depending on the situation. Typically, you'd play 1 hero and 1 Longan to handle both drawing and damage. If your opponent is using a yellow deck, because of mozzarella, I recommend playing a maximum of 1 level 1 cookie throughout the game. If your opponent is using a purple deck, due to dark cacao and soul jam, it's best to avoid deploying any level 1 cookies at all. Instead, you can opt for a 3+3+3 setup to reach level 9. However, like I said before, due to the differences in ban lists across regions, the performance of the Longan Dragon deck may vary. In Taiwan, it's undoubtedly a Tier 0 deck. But I predict it might drop to Tier 1 in SEA's meta. Why do I say that? Because SEA's ban list doesn't restrict Rebel or Crunchy Chip, both of which provide effective damage. Longan Dragon deck's weakness is that it cannot use traps to counterattack. 4 purple decks, Dark Cacao and Soul Jam, effectively counter Longan Dragon deck's defensive strategies, rendering trap cards useless. 4 red decks, on the other hand, red are even stronger. The new Sugar Swan cookie can restrict trap card usage. while pairing with cookies like Rebel or Wild Berry, making it very challenging for Longan Dragon deck to secure a win. In fact, just last week, I used a set 6 red deck and managed to beat Longan Dragon deck several times. Okay, this is the green deck I introduced to you today. I hope it can help you find inspiration for deck building. Do you think today's video was helpful to you? If it helps, please click the like button and share this video with other cookie players. If you have any question, welcome to leave me a message. See you next time. Bye bye.
我是多绿，我们下一次再见，拜拜。